When entrepreneurs dream of taking their business global, certain countries stand out for their reputation, economic opportunity, and lifestyle. Canada, Portugal, and Mexico have all gained attention in recent years as top choices for business-minded individuals looking to build internationally. These countries offer scenic beauty, affordable living in some areas, and access to global markets. However, behind the surface appeal lies a complex reality. What truly matters is not how a country appears on social media, but how it treats entrepreneurs when it comes to taxes, regulation, bureaucracy, and scalability. The truth about these three countries is far more nuanced than many are willing to admit. Let us start with Canada. From a distance, Canada looks like a modern, stable, and business-friendly nation. It has a well-educated workforce, developed infrastructure, and easy access to the massive United States market. For startups in tech, health, and green energy, there are generous grants and support systems. But here is the other side of the coin. Canada has one of the highest combined tax rates among OECD countries. Federal corporate tax, provincial tax, and personal income taxes quickly add up. Entrepreneurs who succeed may find that more than half of their earnings are siphoned away through taxation. Furthermore, Canadian bureaucracy is slow and layered, especially when it comes to immigration processes, provincial compliance, and labor law. While major cities like Toronto and Vancouver are hubs of innovation, they are also prohibitively expensive. Real estate prices have surged beyond reach for many startups looking to establish physical offices. On top of that, Canada's healthcare system, while free at point of service, is often overwhelmed and slow. For digital nomads or entrepreneurs with families, access to timely healthcare matters. Another challenge is the country's growing regulatory burden. Environmental, zoning, and labor rules vary significantly across provinces, making expansion more complicated than it appears. Canada is a beautiful place to live, but the cost of doing business here is anything but light. Now let us move to Portugal, a country that has rapidly become a favorite among digital entrepreneurs, remote workers, and retirees. The appeal is clear. A Mediterranean climate, low cost of living compared to other European countries, safety, and access to the European Union make it an enticing destination. Portugal's D7 and digital nomad visas are relatively easy to obtain. Entrepreneurs are drawn to Lisbon and Porto, where startup ecosystems are growing and co-working spaces are thriving. The pace of life is calm, the people are welcoming, and the infrastructure is increasingly modern. However, the truth is that Portugal is not as tax-friendly as some might think. The non-habitual resident (NHR) tax regime, once celebrated for offering significant tax reductions, is being phased out. Entrepreneurs who arrive in 2025 will find fewer tax benefits than those who came a few years earlier. Corporate tax rates are standard for the EU, and once your income reaches a certain level, personal taxes climb fast. While Portugal does not tax foreign income in some cases, the rules are changing, and local tax authorities are becoming stricter in enforcement. Additionally, bureaucracy is still a lingering issue. Registering a business can be slow, and dealing with tax offices or public institutions often requires in-person visits, even for digital-first entrepreneurs. Language barriers can add to the complexity. While many young Portuguese speak English, official forms, court documents, and most tax communications are in Portuguese. Hiring local legal and accounting help becomes a necessity, not a luxury. And while the lifestyle is undeniably attractive, the economy itself does not offer the kind of scalability found in larger markets. Portugal may be a perfect lifestyle base, but it is not the best place if your business needs rapid growth and a large customer base nearby. Mexico enters the conversation as perhaps the most misunderstood among the three. For years, it has been associated with cheap labor, vacation resorts, and industrial manufacturing. But recently, entrepreneurs have begun seeing its massive untapped potential. Mexico has a large and growing middle class, a strategic location next to the United States, a rapidly developing tech scene, and an increasingly digital infrastructure. Cities like Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey have become hotspots for software development, e-commerce, and fintech. Taxes in Mexico are relatively low compared to North American and Western European standards. Small businesses can benefit from simplified tax regimes, And costs for labor, office space, and logistics are among the lowest in the Western Hemisphere. But the truth is, Mexico presents unique challenges that many foreign entrepreneurs underestimate. Corruption and inefficiency still plague certain government sectors. While registering a business might seem simple on paper, the reality includes red tape, unclear procedures, and a legal system that can be difficult to navigate without the help of skilled local professionals. Security is another concern. Although many parts of Mexico are safe and livable, others are known for high crime rates and organized violence. Entrepreneurs must carefully research where they plan to live and operate. The good news is that digital businesses can operate from safer, more developed areas while serving national or international markets. Mexico is quickly becoming a magnet for North American entrepreneurs looking to reduce expenses and taxes without going too far from home. But success here requires cultural understanding, local partnerships, and caution when choosing your base city. Now pause for a moment and think deeply. Are you choosing a country because it feels familiar, because influencers talk about it, or because it genuinely aligns with your business goals? This is where most entrepreneurs go wrong. They fall for the scenery, the food, or the tax break without studying how that country actually functions for business builders. Do not let a cheap beach or an Instagram post decide the fate of your business. Comparing the three, Canada is best for entrepreneurs who plan to raise capital from institutional investors, build in highly regulated sectors like healthcare or AI, and want long-term political and economic stability. However, the price of entry is high. You will pay for that stability with heavy taxes, compliance complexity, and a slower pace of scaling. Portugal is ideal for solo entrepreneurs, consultants, coaches, creatives, and those running small service-based businesses. The lifestyle rewards are high, the community is growing, and it is a peaceful place to operate. But it is not built for aggressive scaling or tax minimization anymore. You can enjoy life here, but growing a lean, fast, moving startup might feel constrained by regulation and modest local demand. Mexico is the most agile of the three. If you want to minimize taxes, build quickly, hire affordably, and stay close to the US market, Mexico has real advantages. However, it requires local knowledge, due diligence, and risk management. Entrepreneurs who succeed here are usually those who take the time to understand the environment, build local partnerships, and invest in professional support. The rewards are significant, but so are the responsibilities. The truth is, none of these countries are perfect. Each has its strengths, and each carries its own set of burdens. Your ideal destination depends on what kind of entrepreneur you are, how your business operates, and what you value most: stability, lifestyle, cost savings, or scalability. If you are early in your journey, Mexico might offer the best chance to keep costs low and move fast. If you are looking for lifestyle and slow, steady growth, Portugal is a safe and beautiful base. If you need a world-class ecosystem with strong investor connections and a long-term home, Canada may be worth the cost. But choose with your mind, not your eyes. Real opportunity is found in structure, not scenery. To go even deeper, watch our next video where we break down the best countries for entrepreneurs based on tax types: corporate, personal, and territorial. If you want to build globally, but smartly, that video is your next step.